Hi, kindergarten. Today we're reading about our last season, autumn. Remember, it is February. Today is February 25th. It is Thursday right here. We're not in autumn right now, but we just were not that long ago. Autumn is when we had Halloween, for example. Okay, our first word is chill. A chill is a cold sensation. It's when you might have to start wearing a jacket at night. You might feel a chill. You might want to wear a sweater. And progresses means move forward or continues. So you all have learned more and more as the school year progresses, as the school year moves on, which is true. You all have learned a lot as the school year has gone on. Okay, we need to remember the same things we always talk about. Different parts of the earth experience different types of weather. So we're talking specifically a lot about Washington, D.C., which is in what continent? North America. What country? The United States. Okay, what are the 4 seasons? I hope that you know them and can say them out loud. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. You have already learned about winter, spring, and summer. So I wonder if you know what are some of the characteristics of summer. Yeah, it's hot. It's in June, July, and August. What do you wear in the summer? Hopefully not too much or you could get really hot. Maybe shorts, a dress, a bathing suit if you're at the beach or a pool. What activities do you do during the summer? You could play a lot outside as long as it's not too hot. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you could go swimming if you have a neighborhood pool. And then, how are spring and summer similar? What's similar about spring and summer? Well, they both are 3 months long. They're warm, and there's times when we wear cooler clothing, okay? And how are spring and summer different from winter? Well, winter is definitely way colder than both spring and summer. Today's read aloud is called Autumn. Okay, in the United States, autumn, the season of autumn, which is also called fall. So if you call it fall, that's also right. And that's in the month of September and includes October and November. And my birthday is in November, so I always really liked autumn. Now, remember, we're in February, so we are not in autumn right now. And during this read aloud, whenever you hear the word autumn, you can actually use your hands to demonstrate the motion of falling leaves if you want to. Okay? So today's main idea or main topic is autumn. Listen to find out about how the weather changes from summer to autumn. And I think you'll be able to hear some details about the activities people do during autumn. Here we go. Dear kindergartners, eventually the warm weather of summer ends and autumn begins. Kids are back in school in autumn. Autumn officially starts in the middle of September and includes the months of October and November. By autumn, the air becomes cooler than it was during the scorching or very hot summer months. It might still feel warm on some early autumn days, but there's a slight chill or cold sensation in the air at night. And by the end of autumn, it can be really cold during the day and at night, depending on where you are. As autumn progresses or moves forward, the days get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and the sun rises just a little bit later and sets just a little bit earlier each day. By October in Washington, D.C., many of the trees' leaves don't look so green anymore. Remember about deciduous trees and how deciduous trees lose their leaves? During autumn, most of the leaves on the trees turn from green to bright red, yellow, orange, or brown. It is so beautiful. Last autumn, my family took a trip to the mountains near Washington, D.C. to enjoy the colors. The air was so cool and crisp, and we had a great time. Look at this picture from our trip. The forests, as far as the eye can see, are bright with fiery color. Within a few weeks after the leaves of many trees turn different colors, deciduous trees begin to shed or lose their leaves. That's why another name for autumn is fall, because autumn is when the leaves of deciduous trees fall to the ground. Remember, evergreen trees stay green all year round, but deciduous trees lose their leaves in autumn. The grass is soon covered with a blanket of brown leaves. Do the leaves change color and fall off the trees where you live? If they do, you can do the same thing the kids in my neighborhood do. We rake up all the leaves into one enormous pile and then jump in it just for fun. Leaves make a soft, crunching cushion. If you travel for a few hours outside of Washington, D.C., you'll start to see farms. Autumn means harvest time for farmers. Harvest time is when farmers gather their crops. It's hard work being a farmer. All summer, farmers have been caring for their plants while they grow, watering them and making sure the weeds and bugs of summer do not ruin them. Autumn is the time to gather the fruits and vegetables in the fields. Looks like a lot of hard work. When they're harvested, and when they're harvesting their crops, the farmers then get all together for a really fun event, the county fair. My family goes every year to the nearest county fair, and it's incredible. The farmers all bring their best vegetables and animals to show off how good they are at growing vegetables and raising farm animals. I took this picture of the pumpkins at last year's county fair. The fair's judges had already come by and judged them. Which pumpkin do you think the judges liked best? And how do you know? See some blue ribbons, maybe? Maybe those ones got some positive votes from the judges. I wouldn't get so excited about the fair if it weren't only about the vegetables. But there are lots of fun rides on all kinds of foods, from cotton candy to corn dogs. Some people also take their chances playing games to win stuffed animals. Once, I won a gigantic teddy bear. By early November, the air outside gets chilly in Washington, D.C. Sometimes the skies are clear and sunny, while other days are gray and cloudy. The wind blows more than it did during the summer. The autumn wind sends dry, crunchy leaves whirling and twirling through the streets and parks and whispers that winter is coming. In late November, as the autumn season is gradually winding to a close, comes one of the most important holidays in the United States, Thanksgiving Day. On this day, people in the United States like to gather with their families and friends. In my family, my grandparents and cousins and uncles and aunts from all over travel to have Thanksgiving dinner together. I always look forward to a grand feast of turkey, stuffing, potatoes, rolls, and cranberry sauce, with pumpkin pie for dessert. Then my cousins and I play football in the yard. Oh my goodness. Thanksgiving is very close to the end of autumn in Washington, D.C. By that time, the trees are bare, the leaves are raked, and the air starts to feel very cold, especially at night. Once the trees look like this, you know that autumn is nearing an end and that it will soon be winter. We are once again at the beginning of the cycle of the seasons. Now we've talked about every season and their different characteristics. What will I tell you about next? You'll just have to wait and see. Your friend, Annie. And look, we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. Don't forget to click on that exit ticket below, because you know we want to hear what you think about autumn.